Hello there! Welcome to episode 7 of my tutorial series for Against the Storm. In this one, I'll do my best to actually win the first Viceroy difficulty game in our wonderful little series. In the last episode, we have set up a nice base, we have expanded our business, we've got everything in our production up running, we got a lot of tools. The only thing we're lacking right now is wood, but that's something we can get done for sure as well. Somehow I have managed to run low on fuel in this run. Usually that doesn't happen to me that often, but there's always a different challenge in every run. So I'm going to put up some beavers into the woodcutters so we can get ourselves some fuel there. As you see there, we have almost no fuel there. There's wood low, none, as a matter of fact. Sea marrow is pretty low too, but still, it's not immediately a fire runs out situation. But by all means, this is something you should really try to avoid whenever you can. This was a misplay from me in the last run. I grew too confident on my wood production while underestimating that the carpenter is draining wood like crazy when you craft a lot of tools. Let's see, did we have another shop there? The makeshift post was constantly churning out building materials, which is a constant drain on the wood as well. So there's been a lot of pressure on our colony in the last run. Let's see what we can do about that. And I'd be really happy if you guys also check out the description box down there. For all of those new to the game, there's a link to the playlist leading to the very first episode of this series where I'm introducing everything about the game. And there's also support links to Patreon, PayPal, and Buy Me a Coffee as ways and means to support this channel. I'd be really delighted if you'd give them a look. As a free content creator, I have no big sponsorships behind me or anything, and I'm really grateful for all the help out there already happening. So, these two cornerstones are, again, not too desirable altogether. We can not really go for a cornerstone here like this, because it only triggers if we have education fulfilled. By all means, the chances are high that before this run is over, we won't be even having any education. So, Baptism of Fire is where we go. It'll reduce hostility for all the burn cysts, but we lose the ability to sacrifice stuff during corruption. That's a little bit of a double-edged sword, but we'll manage. So, new people arriving. I'm going to definitely pick up the group with the parts, because that gives me more flexibility. And our buddy Zork has arrived. So, Zork is selling the blueprint for the brewery. Perfect. Let's buy that right away, because I missed out on that blueprint the last time. Zork sadly doesn't come with any fuel. He's really an odd pick. You never know what he's coming with. But we're going to help ourselves here to the skewers and the jerky he got. We're going to pay with ancient tablets, and since we are that rich in, well, let's see. Yeah, I'm offering some tools, Usually I don't trade with tools, but this time I'll make an exception. Here we go. So, we're also going to go for these caches here, and we're going to crack them open. I just bought a lot of food there, so we don't need to worry about running out of food anytime too soon. I also want to make that job get done by other people, because for the time being, I'm going to set on up another fresh woodcutter camp, so we get a fresh influx of wood there, because obviously our economy could use some more. Okay. So we got sea marrow now, so the whole fuel topic is no longer an issue. So we're going to make the homelessness go away next, but let's accept that reward here too. So we have now 7 cases of homelessness, so we require now a grand total of 3 houses. That's quite a lot. So, but it's also good news because that means we have quite a lot of hands available to work for us too. Alright, so the lizards are growing happy again, and that turns out reputation for us. I'm going to bust open the cache this run, both of them actually. But the second one I'm going to plunder because I want the copper bars and the food. Let's get some people into the carpenter's workshop as well. And the woodcutter. Avoid opening glades, always very important. And now we have no workers available for the moment, but that really doesn't matter because as soon as the caches are opened, that problem will go away as well. So we got the rain mill completed there, so we can now basically shut down the provisioner. Yeah, whatever, let's do this. It's a little bit weird, but it is as it is. So we can now also remove that person here from the makeshift post. And we still do require building materials here. 15 packs, so we're going to continue that endeavor. But they are less inefficient here at this point. And there we go. So, Royal Gardens quest completed. So let's turn in even more. We just got 2 rewards there, so we're on a good we're on a roll here. So bakery, yes please. We want pie as well. Check out what the different species like here. Humans like pie, and I think lizards like pie too, so our city will totally profit from that. Whenever you earn reputation via high resolve, that's just outright perfect for you. So, and we also have a quest here to create pie. So it all comes together well. Okay, we have idle hands again, so that's good. We have a wood income again, that's even better. And everything's looking quite fine so far. So at this point, we're following a strategy. Basically, I'm trying to win over 3 angles here, and I do like this as kind of strategy most. So we're right now earning reputation via resolve. We're doing glade events to resolve to get more resolve, and we're also fulfilling orders. And that mixture is, from my experience, the most effective way of getting yourself through the game. Okay, so the bakery's up. We got no flour here. That's a little bit sad. How come? How come we got no flour, eh? So we should put some more humans in there. And put a lizard into the bakery. It's always good to put the lizards to the bakery. And let's make pie, my boys. So I'm allowing all the ingredients because obvious reasons. Now let's see. There's one lizard working at the clothiers. That really is not ideal. This micromanagement of workers really is worth the pain. This, you know, this is a high happiness bonus for the lizards, and it makes all the difference whether you get the reputation or not, you know. Alright, so the Weaver's Workshop is not busy anymore, but let's see. We can produce trade goods there, so do we have any trade goods? Yes, we do. Flour. So we're going to mill that flour. Wonderful. Right on. So we are at a in a really good position there. So let's see. Do we have any spot to produce luxury goods at? Sadly, I don't see any. Alright. So the next really important thing there is also we have to think about expansion right again. Because, you know, it is not possible to stand still for too long in this game. It's never a good thing to slow down too much, and you see, the harvesters already are running out of stuff, so our fabric production is now halted, basically. So let's see how the storm will treat us this time. So this time, situation is more brutal. How come? It's simple. We have 3 woodcutters running instead of 2, so we have a lot more hostility going on there this storm. So again, we're first off reducing the woodcutters a tad bit, taking out the humans of the job first, and under these circumstances, I'm going to take the knight for a little bit, because the lizards, like I mentioned in the last episode, their resolve drops really slowly, and therefore they will tank that for a while. No problem. No problem. Alrighty. So our next draft should be aiming towards something where we can get ourselves luxury goods from. That would be really helpful. Next drizzle season, I'm going to open up that danger glade here. There's already a... let's help ourselves a little bit there. We have our woodcutter there, and we're going to put down cutting orders like that. This way they'll remove the trees right in front of the glade already a bit, without without running out of work too fast. I got all the tools I require. 17 of them will resolve every glade event that might cross our way, so we're in a good spot. Drizzle sets in. Let's allow them to open glades. Mark 1 tree, hold down left shift while doing so. Here we go. New cornerstone. Each newcomer group has additional villagers. I rarely take that. I'll even take this thing here, giving me more fungus, even though I don't have any usage for that. I'm personally always skeptical when you get more people per caravan, because, you know, you have to feed those people after all. They don't feed themselves, and, you know, by all means, if you have the feeling that your colony needs workers desperately, yes, go for it. But at this point right now, I'm starting to reach the point where I actually don't really know what to do with all those workers anymore, you know? So we don't really need to stress this out, and I rather pick a useless cornerstone. And also, if both cornerstones suck for you, by all means you can also decline. Just wanted to point that out. Alright, so we have here a large destroyed caravan. Since the gameplay is already very deep down the road, we're definitely going to sacrifice that for reputation. I also found a large encampment. Since I have an order still running to welcome some refugees, we're definitely going to take that. This is really good news. So let's welcome them with berries. And I also have a scribe here. The scribe provides scrolls, ale, and simple tools. I'm not sure whether or not I'll keep this or erase this, but I do know 2 things. First off, we slap down a warehouse here again, and then we're going to put up some harvester here for the flax field. Sadly, we didn't find anything for food. I was really hoping for some income source there, but, you know, it is as it is. The thing is, our city is hungry. It's really a hungry place. And worst off, we didn't find any further caches on this one, so there's not really anything getting us further here. Luckily, we get some chance of insects here, but, well, that's as good as it gets. But there's also some really good news. We got ourselves even more sea marrow here. Some additional fuel never hurts. Nice. So, Our biggest problem right now is the food situation. I don't have enough income sources of food. I only have this huge root deficit, and I have that farm, and that's that. And that's not enough. So under these circumstances, well, let's see how we're going to fare here. So first off, let's do this. I'd really love to draft something like a plantation or a herb garden. I just thought, brilliant. We're going to pick up the herb garden. That's just what we need now. We got all the fertile soil we require there, and that's going to give us exactly what we need to win the rest of the game. So, Sahilda is in town. Like I said, food is right now our biggest concern, so we're going to buy all the food we can get. Furniture upgrade, why not? More resolve. More resolve is always good for us. So, how about that? You give us all the food that you got? Well, probably not. Probably I can't afford that. She got pretty big stacks, I underestimated that. So I'm going to pick up herbs, because I can refine those into food quite nicely. And I'm going to pick up the insects. Why not? There we go. So I'm selling the wildfire essence, because you only need that to build up new hearths. And I already decided that I'm not going to go for a third hearth here. Usually I go for a third hearth, but that's also a usually that applies to higher difficulty games. So here I'm evening out my problematic with the food a little bit via the trader. I can only recommend you to do so. So how about actually, let's consider. I got so much clay, way more than I need. So let's sacrifice 100 away of that. And let's see, is there anything else? I don't really need that badly. Well, we can sell those packs of provisions. How about that? Alright, so it ain't enough to buy all the food stuff that I saw there, but it's still enough to get us some further. Because right now we are at the winning at the winning mile, you know. Oh well. Usually it's not a good idea to put people on the herb garden at this point of the year, but I really don't care, because I have a oversupply of workers right now. Okay, so let's stock up the woodcutters camps again. And let's make sure the dudes that opened the last glade are not allowed to open glades again. Really, really important little thing there. So this season we're not really gaining too much resolve via reputation, because we got that nasty event blocking us off. So that just happens sometimes. You just have to tank through that then. Okay. We got a nasty high amount of tools again. That's really, really brilliant. And we're really on our best way to win this. So, pack of trade goods. We're going to do this now. I really don't know why we don't have as much flour as we desire. It's mostly because the rain mill is just not getting the job done. Alright. So let's limit that trade good thing again to 15. Really important, you know. And the blight fighters. As you see here, we have to burn 3 cysts per year, so let's stack that up to 10. I really like to have enough purging fire. But also, we are now racking up idle hands. That's, you know, there is just not enough work here anymore for everybody to be busy. I usually reach that point sooner or later. We could now set up more collectors camps or intensify our collecting there. Or we could also set up more farms. There are options, but you don't necessarily need to do so. Alright, so I bet that we'll have to draw lower on, on the woodcutters there. So, holding down the Alt key. So, hovering over all those workers. And as we see there, we're now at a -4 hostility. Technically, we could punch that down to, well, almost 3, but we're going to let that woodcutter here work further. And we're going to put that guy over here because, you know, we ain't done yet. We need another danger glade, obviously. And keep opening up those glades, you know. Really need them to win the game. Alright. So here again, I'm just using the high resolve the lizards have. It's kind of a buffer, so to say. So the beavers now went into problem mode as well. So that is now actually something to respect. So we're going to draw it lower. That's really something. That's where I draw the line, you know, because they're the beavers are losing their confidence the fastest. If they kind of like they soar faster towards that number than the lizards. They are basically losing their stuff the fastest among all species out there. Okay, new year. Let's go. So, brewery production quicker, not interesting at all. Gain reed and clay for each discovered glade. Yeah, alright. I was just about opening a glade anyways, so why not? This certainly doesn't hurt our plans at all. We didn't draw too many wow cornerstones this time, but you know, since this game is a roguelike colony builder, that's just how it goes sometimes, you know. Alright, so we have all that marked down. These guys are allowed to open up glades. Let's hope for the best. And there's a bunch of newcomers again. Let's pick them up, give them a house to live at, and see how it'll play out. Basically, we've already won. There's really not that much to be worried about now. The colony is damn sturdy. We have tons of tools. I could basically now just, you know, try to get myself some more food. Basically, the moment this this herb garden here kicks into motion, we're going to be really, really well off. Alright, so we got another Forgotten Temple of the Sun. We're just going to put some fabric in there, but actually, no, we're going to slap in the tools, because we got them. And here, like I said before, we're always going to go for the reputation rewards now, because that's what we're aiming for. So there's a lumber mill, which has, well, trade goods. Now the trade goods come a little bit late. So scavenger camp, really useful for us there. And again, slapping down a warehouse. This one is a little bit of an overkill, but whatever. So here we actually don't suffer any penalties whatsoever. That's actually really, really lucky. And, well, let's see. Under these circumstances, we might be actually cracking up another glade, I thought, but, yeah. There's one. Wrong key. So we're just going to go a straight path there. Alright, we can deliver that. So we got ourselves some reputation there again. And here I take the lizard housing, because that's really the next best thing. Because this way we can now make the lizard populace totally happy. Every lizard house has only room for 2 people, not 3. But it adds in extra resolve. So we got 17 lizards, 6 houses, 7 houses, 8 houses, 9 houses. There we go. That'll help us a ton as well. And now we're just basically driving it home from here, you know? That's all we're doing right now. We're just making sure we get all the resources we need here and there. I'm now also playing a little bit more risky to open up that glade, but I'm really just looking for the for the sources of reputation here right now. That's really all I'm doing, because there's just a couple of points left that we require, and that's the beauty about the Viceroy difficulty. You don't need to hit the end of the road with an insanely high score. So it's fine. So now we're just lacking a few more points. So 10 more pie will do the trick. And why are you not open up that plate, dudes? Alright, go. So let's see, when's the next pie delivery? There we go. So that's one reputation point, and whatever is going to be on that glade will secure the victory afterwards. Yo, Zord, my man. Global food production speed, yes please. So, yeah, we're also going to buy that wine and those pickled goods. I have something particular in mind. The thing is, we need packs of luxury goods. And, let's see. Oh, I don't have a workshop to create these, so never mind. So, could we create them anywhere here? No, let's trade goods. Not as if we really need it, but, you know. No, there. So, here we got now the last opportunities we require. So, fuming machinery, we're just going to slap that thing with tools, but we could also resolve that with bricks. And we're going to toss some people on that problem here too, and get that over to the queen. And now we just have to reduce the woodcutters. It was really important this time because we were at hostility 7, and you know, that's really where we would be losing people, so we'd rather not. But we already won that game. We now only need to wait on out until these thingies are resolved, and then we get the reputation we require. So we really have to wait it out now. The human resolve is a little bit low, but that's okay. Ah, there we go. Queen's Impatience has saved the day. And now we can turn in the pastry reward. We can wait out these. We're winning on several fronts here, and that's how it should be. So there we go. Oh boy, reputation 39.8. Yeah, okay. So that's Viceroy difficulty, my friends. So we're getting a lot of deeds in. Deeds are, oh, holy crap, that's a lot. Deeds are achievements, that's what they are, and every new level up unlocks new buildings. So we have now a rain collector, which allows us to collect spark dew, which allows us to create those blue ingots. We have the herbalist's camp, which we didn't have before, and we unlock some fancy cornerstones. So we got ourselves a lot of deeds. Let's get on back to the world map. So what's most important though, we also unlocked ourselves a lot of machinery and artifacts. That's really good. That's why I played that node. So back to the Smoldering City. We can now get rewards for the deeds. So here we get experience points. So we unlock even more buildings. The Scribe, the Mine, New Trader, Old Farlif, new nodes. I'm going to go on over these things in the next upcoming episodes. So the next episode we're going to go through, it's a new decoration, is going to be Prestige Difficulty 1. So there's a lot of new goodness going on there. So here we can even get Metal Delivery Line. That's pretty nasty. And a couple of new houses for services. As you see there, we're now only really unlocking the service options for real. We haven't had any chance there whatsoever before. And another decoration. We unlocked a new trader for the Viceroy difficulty playthrough. A couple of XP further. Let's see how far that'll get us. Yeah, well, here we go. So we're on a pretty decent level, and I'm going to go on over the upgrade section at the beginning of the next video, because we are already at a pretty nice time there, and the thing there is the next session will be Prestige 1, and the preparations for that in the preparations for that, I want to check on out what we're going to go for here. I only know that I will definitely unlock the trade routes there, so that's one thing we're going to go for guaranteed. But the rest of the things, I want to talk about that a little bit more in detail in the beginning of the next episode. All right, so that's how you beat Viceroy. Next step on the ladder will be Prestige, where we need 4 reputation points more to win, which makes the whole run longer and more demanding. Your colony has to work better there, so that's going to be a real blast. Until then, I want to thank you for your time here. Drop me a comment if you have anything on your mind. I'd be really, really loving to hear that. Leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed that episode, and of course, just drop me a subscription if you'd like to. I'd be really delighted to have you there, and hit that bell thing to stay notified whenever you want to see any of my daily upcoming content. Alrighty, so next step will be Prestige 1, and I can't wait to see where this will get us. So have a wonderful day, and see you there.